Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Aminingsi with name F10812210005. I'm from One Eye Regular. I'm here to storytelling with title The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a powerful kingdom. The queen of the kingdom always got what she wanted. She was very possessive about the prince of the steppe, who was her only son. She nurtured the prince with the best of everything: the finest sweets, government food, best of the teacher, the education, and much more. As the prince grew young, and it was time he had to get married, the queen called him to her room. The queen, "I prince must marry a princess, but he must find her by himself. Keep I five things in mind while causing your bride. Don't just look for any beautiful face. A princess is not just a daughter of the king and the queen. She should be a delicate, intelligent, and graceful girl, with a good sense of clothing and the one who carries herself with dignity. Most important, the first thing you'll notice in a princess is that a real princess has a voice of an angel." The prince agreed to the queen, and the queen allowed him to guard your man on his eyebrow. The prince, along with his servants, traveled for many days to reach the next kingdom. He went to the king and introduced himself. The king was pleased with the prince as he was handsome and polite. The king took him to his daughter, who was yet to marry. The prince was pleased to see the beautiful princess. In her room she was studying a poem and was well dressed. The prince, "Hello, princess." The princess, "Hello." The prince was shocked because the princess's voice was cracking. The prince, "Are you all right? Can I bring you some water?" The prince, "No, no, I'm not thirsty." The prince, "Oh, okay. Your pleasant read, you poetry. I'll have to leave now. It is getting late. It was lovely to meet you." The prince was disappointed, for I will but continue his journey to the next boring kingdom. He rested at the castle and introduced himself to the king. The king and the queen were so pleased with the prince's charm that they invited him to meet the princess. The prince went to the prince's room. He saw a beautiful prince sitting at the dining table. She was having her food. The prince greeted her. She did even look at the prince. She was eating very greatly. The prince, "Princess, you are Lady Bossy. I left you alone with your favorite." And the prince left the kingdom. After traveling for many days and many places, the prince called Queen a suitable girl to marry. He was disappointed and returned to his kingdom. His parents greeted him. He told them the whole story of his journey. The queen, "Oh, how sad! But I'm happy that you're home with hot coaxing and one of the Taos girls. I'm sure your life would have been miserable after marrying and of them." The prince agreed to the queen and returned to his room. There was a third room. The next prince was watching it from the window of his room. He saw somebody coming to the castle. There was a knock on the door. His servants opened the door. The there was a beautiful girl standing outside. She was dressed in a heavy coat and covered with the rain. The prince walked down as he heard a sweet voice of the girls. The girls, my dear, got lost in the rain and followed the lake and your castle. Will you be kind enough to provide us with shelter for the night? The prince, of course, you're welcome to stay. Allow me to take your coat. Prince, welcome here in the castle. As the prince took her overcoat, he thought she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. He asked his servants to look after the queen and ran the queen to inform her. The queen walked with him to the girls. The queen disliked her at first glance. The queen, she is not a princess, son. Look at her muddy, dirty dress. She has no surface with her. And why would a princess travel inside her reins? The prince, but mother, I've never seen any beautiful girls walking so gracefully. The queen realized that the prince had fallen for her. She devised a plan to get rid of her, proving her not to be a princess. The queen, I will put her to test. Tonight, we'll offer her a royal bed to sleep, and under the 10 lucrative mattress at the foot and which could be. If she as princess, she would be delicate enough to feel the pea. The prince had faith in his mother. The queen ordered his servants to arrange the pea under the girl's bed. The prince escorted the girl to the room. A ladder was kept to get to the bed. She could not sleep the whole night. The girls woke up the morning and called a servant. The prince, I'm very restless. Please don't tell this to the prince, but it's an owl bed. It feels like there a bridge inside. I cannot sleep the entire night. The prince come to know about the girl's complaint. He returned to hear. The prince, you're a true princess, aren't you? Please marry me. The princess, I'll marry you as long as do not have colored slave on this bed again. The prince and the princess got married and lived happy ever after. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nggak tahu aku ujungnya nih.